guys?
Welcome back to this episode.
I've discovered the Dusty Divot.
Is Dusty Divot somewhere in Fortnite? That's an old Fortnite spot, right?
No, this is the real Dusty Divot.
Ew, dude, it's like disgusting. It kind of looks like it's molding, but it's because you spilt something on there and now it's just turned black.
No, it's from me putting my foot here in the bottom of my shoe. It's like gunk from the outside world.
I'm really curious if any of the radioactive chemicals that have been seeping through your clothes are going to come back and haunt you later on in life.
Wait, why do I have radioactive chemicals?
Because this is like, you shouldn't be touching this.
Oh, carcinogenic.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
No, I'm like literally a super spreader of like carcinogens through my like
every time you hug someone, you're passing on like carcinogens because you also don't wash your clothes.
Yeah, no, I literally don't. I don't think I've washed this in like 3 months.
You're just sustainable. You don't wash your bed sheets. You don't wash your clothes.
I wash my bed sheets now.
You wash your bed sheets like maybe every like 3 months.
I've washed these twice.
Have you actually?
Yes.
I haven't seen it. Are you winking at me?
Yeah.
That's a crazy vibe.
Okay, so I was like bringing this up, but then I was like, no. But this has been giving me so much anxiety at night. It's been freaking me the fuck out. Is the Baja Blast pie from Taco Bell. Like, I can't sleep at night thinking about it.
Did you see that stuff, Kai? Their Apple
It's like
event?
the blue radioactive one.
Yes.
Yeah. They're also doing cinnamon twists with the Baja Blast flakes on it, which is so fucking nasty. But I guess that's like every cereal we grew up eating is just like fake corn with sugar.
Corn.
Ew, dude, you're so disgusting. Also, everybody slept on my joke last week when I said, oh, gay corn, like they're taking corn from us. Like nobody clipped it, nobody cared. Like that was a bar. Do you even remember, Kai?
No, I remember it, and I actually think I saw a comment that like was like, "Oh, nobody clocked Enya's joke."
See, and nobody cares about me.
Which are the best comments,
tomorrow.
by the way. Those feel so good when someone's like, "Oh, nobody noticed so and so said this."
Yeah, except everybody likes it, and then they still refuse to notice it. Like the clip doesn't get posted. So.
Yeah. Well, the Taco Bell Choco Taco. That's what I'm really excited about. No.
Also, they don't have release dates on it. At least when Apple does their presentation, we have like a timeline of when everything's coming out. Taco Bell just said it to say it. Like, I feel like that was something that they decided one night. The next day they booked it. Yeah. And then they just got on stage and started like showing AI generated photos of things they haven't done yet.
Unfortunately, it ate and I will be eating it. And
he's been checking Taco Bell every night on podcast.
No, it is literally working because we're talking about it. Like, I'm excited about it. It's gonna be Yummersville, like all of the new little items. I want the empanada so fucking badly, but every time I go on Postmates to order it, we have a Taco Bell like 5 minutes from our fucking house, and I just can't get into the car to drive there because I'm so fucking lazy, and like it's actually a problem. But every night I get on Postmates to order it, and then the fucking fees are like $19, and it's like a $4 empanada, and I'm like, I'm not spending $19 on a shitty
yesterday,
empanada.
He built out a cart on Postmates for Wendy's.
I still have them
and
saved.
He was like bragging about how cheap it is. He's like, wow, oh my God, like what a deal, blah, blah, blah. And like he spoke about it for like 12 minutes straight. Like I finished eating. I was already moving on with my life. And I sat back down and he's like, oh my fucking God, like $8 more to order. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. Are you fucking kidding me? And he got so mad.
It was unbelievable.
And then was like, I'm just going to do Taco Bell. He was like, let's see what their delivery fees are. Oh no, you found Sonic and you're like, oh my God, they have Sonic on Postmates. But it was like a $20 delivery fee because it's literally
40 miles away.
Or some shit.
Yeah. No, so I have this feature on Postmates is really advanced because like you can make carts and then abandon them, but they still save.
That's advanced. It's like awful.
No. So I have them all saved. So I like will build a cart, see the price, catch the vibe of like, is this what I really want to put in my body tonight? And then I'll go back and just click order. I was gonna do Shake Shack, Joe and the Juice, Papa John's. I was gonna get a whole ass pizza, but it was an Alfredo cheese pizza. Like instead of red sauce.
That is literally like not better. Having a whole Alfredo cheese pizza to yourself, which I won't even get on you, sounds really good. Like sometimes I think back to how yummy the Alfredo pasta from Pizza Hut tasted. And I don't think that's something my adult palate would enjoy, but I remember being like 13 and having it and being like, like
me and my big hat. Do you remember Cece's pasta? Cece's pizza pasta?
I think I went to see.
It was
pizza,
like wet.
Once.
It was literally like wet with water, and it was so fucking good. It was like the Alfredo sauce was like even more liquid than water is liquid. Like it was unbelievable, and it was so good.
There was a place in Miami called Sweet Tomatoes Yes, there was. Mm-mm. Don't tell them I'm lying already. Mm-mm. Like, what if I called you out on your lies?
I don't lie.
Oh, girl, we know a few things you lie about.
Like?
But there was a place, and it was like a buffet styled spot, and they had like you could get different pastas and spaghettis, and then they would just put whatever sauce was on top. Their Alfredo sauce was literally Elmer's glue. Like it was literally pure white. Like there was no sight of like pepper or anything else in the mix. I genuinely think they got like cans of Alfredo sauce and just poured it into a big vat and then would just like mix it up and get it on your bowl. But that shit was so fucking good. Like it literally tasted like Tubby custard. It was Tubby custard.
I love Tubby custard. Like in high school,
you saying, "Oh, I love Tubby custard," like you eating it. Like, oh my god, Tubby custard.
Well, no, I thought you were referencing Yup Duck.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that is Tubby custard.
Yeah, that's
I forgot we called it that. That was Tubby custard, and then the chai latte from Melrose was Go-Go juice.
Yeah.
That was me and Orion's two things we would eat.
In high school, I took a culinary class. Oh, okay. Like I took the cooking class. No, culinary. Culinary. Oh my fucking god, Edward Cullen. No, I took a culinary class, and we had to build hypothetical restaurants, and we would have to build out the business plan and everything. No, we're not even getting into Emoji Restaurant. That's actually so advanced and
nobody talks about it.
Yeah. Drew calling all of his schizophrenic ideas advanced.
He's like, nobody's ready.
They would make millions of dollars. I'm not kidding.
Emoji Restaurant is the one thing that I do agree with. Drewmoji would put you in the negatives.
Drewmoji is actually unironically genuinely coming soon.
That's just passive income.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you get someone to make a really shitty app that connects to iMessages?
When I say it's coming soon, it's literally unironically coming soon.
You on Fiverr trying to find somebody who can make it a sticker?
Upwork, actually. But I built this restaurant, and I still to this day actually do think it's a great idea. But basically you go in and you build your bowl of noodle soup. You point the pasta you want, you point the sauce that you want, you point the toppings that you want. Exactly. It's like Chipotle, but for ramen or spaghetti. And the teacher was gagged. She was like, I've literally never received a business plan. You're in the middle
of Granbury, and she's like, wait, what's ramen? Pause.
Yeah, that's another thing. If we built a ramen restaurant in Granbury, I would literally run Granbury. I would literally become the mayor of Granbury. Granbury. Okay, bring up the
the thing I watched. Yeah. Okay, I feel like a lot of people who are watching this will know what I'm talking about, but Kai, I don't know if you know about this. There was this woman who made a TikTok a week and a half ago, and I saw it and it made me crack up, but I did not know she was going to follow it with a 50-part series explaining the story.
Each episode is 10 minutes. It's 50 parts. It is 8 hours.
3 hours to finish, and I was watching on double speed. But
instead of Fortnite, you've been watching that.
Yeah, I haven't even had time for Fortnite because I've been doing my research because I'm so dedicated to the podcast. That's the thing is, everybody around me was like, can you stop watching that? I was like, no, I need something to talk about and I'm going to watch this. Also, I'm just naturally very nosy and I want to know what this is about. So her original podcast is her talking about a bad ex situation. And she just goes into detail of it's very blanket statement. And she's like, y'all think you have bad exes, but have you ever had an ex who lied about being the VP at a company, faked phone calls in front of you for 2 years, moved in with you, took you on tours to tour houses, claiming he had over $1 million in offshore accounts?
Shut it off with my mind. I'm really powerful.
You're so stupid. Claiming he has millions in offshore accounts, all to turn out to be a felon who's a pathological liar and his family is disconnected to him. Yeah. And one of the people he was claiming to talk to was somebody, multiple people who were dead. He would lie about people being dead all the time. All this shit. Obviously, that TikTok blew up because they were like, what the fuck are you saying right now? Because it sounds not real. Yeah. She goes into detail that she met this guy on a dating app. The first date, she when it happened, she was like, wow, this is a sign from God that this man and me are meant to be. Because on the way to the date, her tire blew out. He showed up, fixed her tire, took her to a tire shop, bought her a new tire, took her out to dinner. They got along well.
Man.
They were both, I know, she found the last real man and it turned out he's a liar. So he actually was the last real man on this earth. But whatever, it, like this whole dramatic thing, they're both, I think, like late 30s, early 40s. So both of them on the first date, he was on his like love. Oh, wow. Well, you're pushing 30 now.
No, I'm fucking not. Don't even fucking say that shit,
we have to talk about that after.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't want to take up too much time saying this because it's literally 3 hours worth of content I'm trying to put down. But I'll say my favorite parts. He lied about basically working at Heinz, like the condiment company. He lied that he was a VP at Heinz. He lied that he played football in college and that's where all his money came from in his offshore accounts. He was claiming he had so much money that he didn't see it viable to put into US banks and he wanted it on offshore accounts so that the US couldn't tax him on it. He forged a Chase letter approving him.
How long did he keep this lie up?
For almost 2 years.
Oh, he's actually
like a year
lit.
in, she started to realize and put the pieces together that he was lying. He would take her to all these, like he would sign legal documents saying he could put a cash offer for $750K on houses all the time. So like in her, like on her right, she had no reason to think he was lying because, and she kept saying this, she was like, in my head, no sane human would legally bind themselves to a $750,000 cash offer if they didn't have that. And he was paying for things in her life. So she was like, it kind of made sense. He would talk on the phone every morning at 6:15 a.m. That's how you know you're a good liar. If you can wake up at the ass crack of dawn and get right to your lying, like you were crazy. He would talk to his brother every morning, but to the point of being like, hey, John says hi. And she'd be like, oh, tell him I say hi. He's like, yeah, she said hi. Okay. How are you? She said she's good.
Was the call made up?
Like, yes, he was never on the phone.
Oh
he was
God.
never on the phone.
You know what that reminds
once.
me of is that fucking video of the dude in the restaurant like getting interviewed for that documentary and he's like on the phone and he's acting like hot, like shot like rich dude, like, and he's like, hold on, like the president is calling me. And then he holds his phone up to his ear and it's this screen and he has a full conversation with the screen present. Who is that guy?
I don't know.
I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it because it's so funny.
But yeah, shit like that. He lied about his grandma dying from COVID, his uncle dying from COVID, and his stepdaughter dying from COVID. He lied about 3 deaths just randomly. Like when she got over the house because she was like, I don't feel like we're ever going to get a house. Something about this is feeling fishy. He basically just got off on telling her things and seeing her reaction. And he would just lie about people dying. He one day just like decided, he was like, I'm so tired of working at Heinz. Like that's not the actual company she said. She never said the company, but I'm just going to assume it's like Heinz or something. But every now and then he'd be like, oh my God, they're like really stressing me out at work. Like I want to leave this job. And he lied and said he left Heinz to go work at Apple. So he's living in Georgia, in a random county in Georgia, being like, I think I'm just going to take a job at Apple.
He still has the lie going? Like
no, bitch. It turned out he was a felon.
Oh
he literally was a felon because he impersonated an officer and was going into random people's houses. And he ended up getting arrested because she filed for divorce. She kicked him out, all this shit. He also had like a busted knee that he claimed it was from football and was like bedridden for 2 months and pissing in Powerade bottles. And like, dude, it was so insane. But the story ends with him being a convicted felon, going to jail. But I'm about to fill you in.
I was going to say that to you.
On this amazing story. Yeah. Okay, show me this.
Okay.
So, are there any scandals you can talk about?
You know I can't talk about 90% of the stuff I do. I don't know who this is. Can I pick this up real quick? Okay, hold on. This is KB. Can I help you? Listen, when you say A-list, we're talking like Brad Pitt. We're talking... This is unbelievable. Wait, hold on one second. This was not scripted. Can you tell me exactly who it is? All right, let me call you when I'm done with breakfast and I'm away from these people.
This is insane.
I will be more. What was your name?
Ew, stop.
And he just keeps
he got
fucking
a scam
going.
call, answered it, and then the call drops, and you just see all his notifications on
Imagine
his
being the scam caller on the other end, talking to this like schizo dude that's like having a conversation with you about selling art, and like you just
someone trying to sell you bootleg life insurance, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, when you're saying A-list, what do you mean, Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be so scared.
Imagine being the people like recording it and like catching him doing that. That would be so fucking lit.
But yeah, I spent 3 hours of my life watching this woman talk about her crazy.
It would have been
ex-husband.
6, but you were watching in double speed, which is
Yeah.
lame.
Also, he would take her to car dealerships and promised her he would get her a BMW X5 with like
literally you.
leather interior. Yeah, literally me going to car dealerships all the time, being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this," and then being like, "Actually, I can't."
You
I'm so
literally
scared.
don't.
I don't believe in getting a new car. The new cars are ugly and they're fake and they're meant to fail.
Yeah, I literally hate my car so much, and I'm not kidding. I would actually be excited if it exploded. Like I literally would. I would be so
Okay,
stoked.
noted.
Oh my God, Kai,
Actually,
that's a threat.
Maybe there are real men.
'Cause
Would
you'll
you blow my
it-
car up for me?
Yeah.
You'll blow it up for me so
Oh
I
my
can
God,
claim
you're
the
so
insurance.
brave.
Insurance fraud.
Would you even
weren't
be able to
you,
claim
weren't you
insurance?
saying there was like a percentage of a population that's always like these prolific liars? Like you were talking about the there's always going to be like one person a year that gets really high up and does fake sign language for the president.
Yeah, I
or
don't
something.
remember what the conversation was, but like
I always think about that because
One levels
there's like the Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
Oh,
documentary. It's
yeah.
like there's always like one guy a year that pulls this.
Oh,
shit.
it was
Yeah.
Drew saying that like they're the true entrepreneurs because people who
They
buy
want
that
it.
good will like
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
they want it so bad they will get to the level that it is profitable. But the thing about this lie is it literally wasn't profitable.
no.
Also, he
profited a P word.
no, that was the other thing is they didn't have like an intimacy life because he was also a cheater. So he was
Oh
also
my
cheating
God.
and he was like paying for sex. She went through his phone and
Oh.
he was paying for sex with other people. So they literally like it was so odd. Like he was just a fucking crazy person and God bless her. And I hope she was on the TikTok creator fund because she deserves a bag.
She
for
definitely
telling that
got
story.
there after the first 3 videos.
Yeah, I
Like,
hope so.
I pray.
Was he sexy?
He was mid. Why can't people online just hear a story and be like,
I
that's crazy.
literally-
I don't know you. I don't know your business. I kind of do, but you
Yeah.
gave a good thing of not saying it.
I literally have a note saying, y'all gotta start keeping shit to yourself, please. Except us, obviously. Like, except this. But I've just seen so many TikToks of people blowing the fucking spot up. Like, like 3 of our low-key, like, oh, this is a vibe, but like, I don't want the public to know about this vibe because they'll ruin it and they'll change. The businesses will change. Like, 3 of those spots have been blown up on my TikTok feed the past week. Like, literally physically exploded into a million pieces. Like,
Wait, are they gonna like
gas leaks. Gas leaks, baby. No, like, just a bunch of people are there.
Now, if God forbid one of those businesses blow up, you're done.
Yeah.
You're literally done.
It's like me, like them actually finding bodies in
Central
Central Park.
Did they actually?
No.
they didn't. They haven't yet.
There's got to be one.
That's
There's
what
gotta
I'm
be at
saying.
least
like at the
one.
bottom of the pond or some shit. Like, I'm
At the bottom
over,
of the
bruh.
pond. At the
I'm
bottom of the
over it.
pond. Hi. Let's take a break and thank our sponsor of today's video, Liquid IV. Staying up late, hanging out with friends, yelling at video games. We do a lot over a big weekend, don't we, Drew?
Yeah, we do.
But we also have a lot to do at the beginning of this week. Like, feed y'all the best entertainment you could ever imagine, which is this podcast. So when it's time to start another big week, we celebrate Hydration Monday with Liquid IV.
I literally love Liquid IV. It is something that is actually in my daily routine. And it makes me feel revived and ready to take on the week. They are super easy to prepare, and they are conveniently stored in a bag for a single serving. And they come in a variety of flavors, including some sugar-free options.
They're super easy to use. They mix into water and taste amazing with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. Our favorite flavors are strawberry lemonade, white peach. It reminds me of Drew, and I won't get into detail.
Mine is strawberry.
Okay. And I really like lemon lime. Hey. Liquid IV is just easy to use, and that's why it's my favorite. It's convenient, and with on-the-go packaging and flavors, efficiency in your life is how it makes you feel better. Also, staying hydrated is very important. And sometimes drinking water is hard. Like, we have to admit, we have too many options of drinks. And why not have flavored yummy water?
It's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy, and contains 8 vitamins and nutrients. What more are you looking for? Weekends are for going wild. Have a game plan for Monday with Liquid IV. Grab your Liquid IV hydration multiplier, sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com and use code emergency at the checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Superior Hydration today using the promo code emergency at liquidiv.com. Guys, we are so back. ZocDoc is so back. We're so back with ZocDoc.
Thank you, ZocDoc, for sponsoring today's episode. Listen, all me and Drew do on the podcast is complain about being sick. Every week there is a new diagnosis, and we have decided to become true adults and take it into our own hands. And ZocDoc makes that super easy. It's an app I actually use. I've never been to a doctor that wasn't ZocDoc related because I am fearful of Googling a random person's name and ending up in an office that's actually a liminal space, and I'm getting kidnapped and like prodded and poked, and I just trust ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated patient review, credible doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for the ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically every condition under the sun. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between 24 and 72 hours. That's it. You can even score same-day appointments. It's literally amazing.
It's so easy, and I lie often, but this I refuse to lie about because it's actually a product I use. And without it, some may say I wouldn't be here because I would have probably died from the bronchitis I had 2 years ago that ZocDoc helped me cure. Go to ZocDoc.com/intercom and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/intercom. Again, ZocDoc.com/intercom. Thank you.
Okay, I gasped while you were telling that because I cannot believe I forgot this, and this is what I wanted to start with. But I left the house this morning to go run a couple of errands, and while I was at a light, there was this dude kind of like writhing around on the floor. It's raining. Like he was like rolling around and kind of
that was
out.
Drew Barrymore. She was taking the chance when she saw rain.
Yeah, literally. But he was like rolling around, and then I've never seen like someone stand up as fast as he did. Like I like blinked and he went from laying to like standing, and it was like it literally felt like I was hallucinating. Like it was unreal. And then like he like slowly turns his head and locks onto the car in front of me, and it's like this older gentleman in the car, and I feel really bad for him. But this dude literally like points at him and starts like screaming at him, and it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, like I'm gonna find your family and kill you. He's obviously like on
Not well,
something. Yeah, like not well. And then he goes and walks up to the car and starts banging on his window, like doo, 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 doo. And like he's like screaming at this guy and is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And like the light is red and there's people crossing, and I know this guy wants to drive away so bad, but he can't. And then he slowly like gives up and then like
looks at
turns
you.
at me, and thankfully the light turned green because I really don't know how I would have handled that situation. But like he started walking towards my car, but thankfully I just like drove around the corner and it was done. But like I was so scared that he was gonna attack
Remember
me.
when someone tried to get into Orion's car?
When
When we left the gallery thing?
Yeah.
Orion was stopped at a light and something similar happened. A guy was like just on the street, like acting a fool, kind of yelling and screaming, and Orion was trying not to look. And then she, in her peripheral, saw him coming closer, and to the passenger door. Orion also drives like the oldest car ever.
It's a gadget.
Yeah, she drives her gadget, and so she had to like lean over fast and lock it. And he came and was like jiggling the handle trying to get to her, and she just had to drive off because she got scared and she had to run the red light.
I just feel so bad for women.
Didn't you say that we should normalize chasing women? I think that's you. That's
but
you said.
it's
And
for
it's like
like
episode 67.
yeah, it's for like literally like
Chasing
brain
them to help
purposes. Yeah, it's like get quicker on your feet.
You believe in chasing women to prepare them for the world.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That
Oh,
makes
I
sense.
deleted every note.
You say that every 3 episodes.
Me and Drew are like good guys.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not enough good guys anymore.
I feel
I
like
know.
we're the
Well,
last
it's
three
because
of
we
them.
always finish last, and like no one appreciates
Nice
us.
guys finish last. That's why I'll treat you like trash.
glass.
They ate with that fucking song.
Oh,
where
should
are
I-
any of them? Are they alive?
I was
They were
just
like
watching,
22 when that came out, so they must be dead
What's
now.
not Hey There Delilah, but
And that
there was
10 years ago. So
like another dude, like another emo guy. Well, and it doesn't matter because I don't know what I'm fucking talking about.
Plain
but,
white tees.
it was like one of them, but
it's
I just
the guy. Don't say that I don't know you, and oh, I know.
yes. I
all
just watched.
about your type.
Yes,
type
dude, that was a fucking banger. But I found out he's like an awful person or something. So.
Classic.
It seems like that always happens, except for
men
me.
aren't good.
When I start my music career, I'm not gonna like switch up. Like I'm gonna be like the same old guy. I'm not gonna let the power to get to my head. And I have a couple bars that I wrote down that I feel like could change the world.
Are you gonna read them?
Should I read them like spoken poetry, or should I like rap them a little bit?
You should rap them. But I know you won't be able to because you're on camera and you have to read right now.
I know, it's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. I feel like I'm Bob Marley the way I'm smoking on this kush. What if the moon crashed under the earth? We'd all be squished.
It's smushed.
No, it's squished. Y'all been getting it wrong the whole time.
Well, when you said that, okay, to clarify, we got off our flight, and I don't know what happens to Drew when we get off flights, but I realized that is when you hit peak, like,
Zunies.
activity. It's because after
Brain
sitting for
activity.
so long, he has to just talk a bunch, and we got in the car with Josie. Josie picked us up, God bless, and I'm dead from this flight. I feel crazy. Drew is in the back seat going crazy because when the crowd goes crazy, I go crazy.
And when the crowd goes crazy, I go crazy. I'm so fucking crazy.
He just randomly dropped that bar, and me and Josie did the fatal mistake with Drew, where when you show him that you're impressed by something like that, he won't stop until he gets that same reaction.
Yeah.
And he just kept getting worse and worse and worse.
I love Build-A-Bear Workshop. I lay pipe like I work in the shop, period. Popped your mama in the face. I can't tell my left from my right anymore. I think my brain is fried from scoring basketball. Pink dot, red dot, laser beam.
I think it just
let him
needs the
cook.
beat. Like, had the beat, it would be good as fuck.
Let me cook. Dude, I fucked up the vibe in here with that. Like, I
You
really
killed
destroyed it.
We were trying to record that because, as we've said on the podcast, we'll record like random songs.
It's so
with
cathartic.
Josie's.
It's so cathartic.
Yeah, we're just such passionate, creative people. Sometimes we have to just let it go.
And I like to create for myself sometimes, because if I create for the world, it becomes a job, you know?
Yeah.
So I like to create for myself and just really let loose.
Even though every time we listen back to any of the songs, it's like Josie has kryptonite on his computer because when he plays it, we literally melt and we deteriorate.
Fucking sucks.
And it took Drew 10 times to get that first bar right.
10 toes down. Okay, 10 toes down challenge. I did the cinnamon challenge to end my life. That shit ate. You know the video?
No. Oh, wait. Is it you rapping on IG Live?
Yeah. Let me find it. I got that shit saved up here too. Hold on.
I wonder if anybody... I guess no, never mind. I was going to say, I wonder if anybody finds your page and follows you seriously and then sees your highlights, but your whole page is...
Yeah. I did the cinnamon challenge to end my life. It didn't work, so I grabbed the knife.
Cutting off.
I fucking ate. Should we talk about the new AI models that came out that are really actually horrifying?
You and Kai can be men and talk about that kind of shit.
Yeah,
but I'll
period.
sit here.
Girls just don't have the brains
Yeah,
to
I
do
know.
that.
That's why I
you can't
need AI.
comprehend
Yes, they
it.
do.
No,
Yes,
they
they
don't.
do.
No, they don't. That's what
Turn it
nice
on.
guys think. Nice guys think girls have brains, but we don't. Like, I'm
Girls
literally a girl.
want a mean guy. To
Girls
take
want
control.
assholes.
Yeah.
Girls want assholes.
Okay, well, Sora AI just dropped. And we'll like insert a clip or two of like what it is creating. And it's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. And like, I saw a bunch of other people talking about this, and this was my first thought as well. But like, my biggest fucking fear ever in my life is like going to prison for a crime I didn't commit. Like a crime was committed and I just somehow became a suspect and I go to jail. Like,
because you look like every other bitch. So they would just see the person and be like, that's Drew.
oh wow.
You have accounts dedicated
be
to
me.
it. Yeah, exactly. I'm different.
Okay.
So your fear is going to jail.
Yeah. And it was so bad that in high school when the drug dogs would come, I would like zip up my bag and hold it on the front of my chest because I was like literally so scared that someone was going to put their weed in my bag and I was going to be out of like a camera, like the cameras couldn't see. So I was just like horrified of it. But these AI models are so good now that like the videos like at in some parts are like so realistic that I actually couldn't tell if it was real or not. And then I had to go to the OpenAI Twitter account to see that they posted it, like because I thought people were just trolling and joking. And now all I can think about and all I'm freaked out about is someone making a deep fake video of me committing a crime that I didn't do. And it is the evidence.
Okay, but if that happened, if we live in that world, doesn't that mean that nothing online is like valid anymore?
Imagine the porn.
Oh, also, yeah, one of the things that they did, OpenAI, they generated an infinite amount of big oiled up booty compilations.
Oh, like twerking?
Oh, that's good for us.
Okay, actually, that's really
I'm pretty sure that's one of our top viewed
good for the
episodes is
podcast.
Twerked up booty twerking.
Actually?
Yeah, it's like oiled up
I think so,
twerking.
just because the title goes so hard.
Don't do that again.
Sorry.
Oh, well, you're thinking of the negatives. I'm thinking of the positives. I'm going to have AI generate me front row at the Chanel show, sitting next to Anna Wintour, having a conversation, and then post it on my IG story with a heart and just tag Chanel and be very casual about it. And then people will circulate it. And then Chanel will be like, oh, did we invite her? I don't remember inviting her, but we need to invite her next year because
look how viral this moment is.
Yeah.
But my only saving grace for the Sora AI was I was like, oh, like, yeah, you can make these videos, but like the sound doesn't exist. They're not generating sound. Nope. 11 Labs now lets you describe a word or describe a sentence or a sound that you want to hear in a sentence, and it'll fucking develop it. It'll look at the video. And,
Yeah,
So-
I think it can also just look at, it just watches the video and then it does it. You don't even have to like use your words.
We're over down.
We're about to have 18 new TikTok artists who are making their music via that AI, the 11 Labs thing. And it's going to be the worst music you've ever heard. And it's going to do so well since TikTok took off UMG. Okay, that's what no one's talking about. I remember when TikTok removed all that licensed music, I had said to somebody,
that was my fault.
because you're greedy and you just want all the revenue to yourself.
Yeah, and I don't give it to the fucking artist. I don't give a fuck about the artist. It's about lining my pockets and my pockets only.
I mean, honestly, respect. Like, that's what a true, like, CEO boss would do. You have now been demoted!
You have now been demoted to my lesser employee.
But because of that, I was saying to somebody, I think it was our manager, I was like, I'm so curious what all these TikTokers who, because even personalities on TikTok still kind of rely on that music to a certain aspect. Like, everybody can survive without it for the most part. But so many people post like compilations of their years and like their days and day in the lives where they don't want to talk. They just want it to be a vibey video. If you just pay attention to some of the music people are using, it is the worst music you've ever heard. Like, people are mashing up like Britney Spears and Phoebe Bridgers just to get a vibe of both, just to like feel something for their TikTok compilation. And it's some of the worst thing I've ever heard. And I think at this point, people are now just brain rotted and trying to ignore the fact that it's like your favorite creator talking about their day, but in the background, it's like Can't Be Tamed and like 16 Carriages mix. And it's just, it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why I signed my deal with Tidal, because I didn't want my music to be taken off of TikTok.
Wow, I didn't even
So I
know
played my
about
cards
that.
right.
What's title?
It's Jay-Z's fucking streaming service. Hello.
He sold that for $350 million, by the way. And I have not met a single person that has used Tidal once.
I will say, when Tidal came out, I did use it because he released him and Beyonce's
Was it
collab
777?
album. Or yeah, 777 was on there, and their collab album, I think, was originally only on there, so you had to have it. But then obviously they were like, bitch, no one's getting this 444. We were thinking of just like other good luck and stuff, like 777. I keep seeing
666.
I keep seeing numbers, guys. I literally keep seeing the angels are coming.
One of the
for me.
funniest things I've ever seen on the internet was the angels number thing. Like, bitch, you think like you seeing these numbers is like a sign. Like, no, you're just on your phone 14 hours a day. Like,
that's
not a
literally
sign.
you.
I know. It's
What's
bad.
your screen time been at? Have you been better?
Pretty good. Let's check. Yeah, daily average is just 4 hours.
No, let me see. Let me see. Today's Monday, so that doesn't
40
really
hours.
that doesn't really count.
It was 8 hours and 33. But in my defense, I left my phone playing TikToks, just the same TikTok for literally like 45 minutes twice. So like take an hour and a half away from that.
Why did that happen?
Because I was like I was in the bathroom and I was in the bath and I was just like too lazy to get out of the bath. That was 2 days ago actually. So that's the tea on that. And yesterday, it was on my
8
bed.
hours and 30 minutes too yesterday.
And oh my god, wait.
I was 9
you're
hours last Sunday.
Bad. You're bad as fuck.
I was only 3 hours on Thursday because I was just like present.
I literally have just only used my phone for 15 minutes.
Damn, wait, why is mine only 2 hours and 20 minutes though?
It's the Fortnite and the 3D rendering.
Okay.
It's the Fortnite and the 3D rendering for me.
We need to check an updated count on how many hours I've spent on Fortnite. Like, we need to look at that.
Yeah.
'Cause
In the metaverse.
actually, I haven't been playing as
I need to
much
look at
as
your
I
butthole.
used to. Like, I've kind of fallen off the past week. What did you say about butthole? Y'all, I watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and nobody's talking about that movie. Like,
The first one?
no, the second one.
Oh, I saw the first one.
You have to watch the
The
second
second one is advanced.
It is
Really?
so insane. I started it on the plane, and within the first 5 minutes, I was so tapped in, but it was the worst rendering ever because we were flying Alaska and the doors were about to be pulled off of the plane, so the Wi-Fi couldn't be captured into that tube.
It was
So I waited till we got to the
unreal.
hotel and I watched it.
The flight home from Maryland, I'm not kidding, the plane was like 3 decades older than me. I'm not exaggerating. Like, look at this shit. Like, I couldn't.
There was no TV. There was no power outlets. There was a wall of carpet.
There was literally
Tape on chairs.
It was falling apart at the seams. And then there was like the most 80s fucking carpet walls I've ever seen in my life.
Also, okay, humans are so insane because I was deep in REM sleep on that plane and we had the gnarliest turbulence I've felt in a minute because it was one of those like big drops and like continuous shakings and like another drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up from it and I felt all the adrenaline in my body rushing immediately. Like, I've never woken up and been so like I was almost shaking with adrenaline because my brain was activated and like, okay, it's time to survive. It's time to survive. And I was actually shocked by that feeling because I was like, wow, maybe humans are meant to survive.
No, that's literally all I think about is when I get fight or flight, I'm like, wait, like actually I'm not suicidal and I just actually want to live. Like, that's the tea.
Well, you know what it is? It's because it's like my eternal battle of I will kill myself before anybody else kills me. And that's one of those things where it's like, okay, bitch, that's my decision to make. Like, you're not gonna fucking kill me.
You're gonna like
I'm not giving
kill
you
yourself
the
on the airplane
I'm not
before it
kidding. I
crashes.
literally, if I sat there and I thought about the probability of whether I would survive that crashing, I would kill myself. I'm not about to spend the next 5 minutes terrified. Like, are you kidding me?
My biggest wish is
then
I
how
just
would I do
hope
it? I'm on a
it passes
plane.
out. Like, I just hope I pass out before it happens. Like, that's all I could think about is I was asleep and then like I was jolted awake and I was like, bro, if we're gonna crash, just like let me sleep. Like, literally, please. Like,
But I did fall asleep immediately after. Once I detected no danger, I knocked the fuck back out. So maybe I'm not ready to survive because I could feel, I'm not kidding, I've never felt that. I could feel the blood rushing in my arms. Like, it felt like I was Popeye and I ate spinach and I could feel my arms getting stronger. Like, I was about to rip off the roof of the plane and jump out.
Tug splash.
Okay, also, why don't they give us parachutes? Like, come on, stop playing with me. Like, I'm gonna start traveling
They really
with a
do
parachute.
like try to fucking like save money and cut corners. Like, they could give us parachutes.
But I guess also you have to be able to know how to use the parachute because I would jump out of that, activate my parachute too soon and get wrapped up in it. Just like
Everyone would,
launch
like,
down like a
you'd
fucking
kill,
big
like,
ass
8
tamale.
people
Like, I
on the
just
way.
fucking crash into the earth.
Yeah, they're saving us money. They're trying to take my money.
Did you guys see that someone crapped themselves at the K-pop award show?
No.
Oh yeah, wait, you brought that up like a few weeks ago.
No, that was
No.
at the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh,
Someone like crapped all over themselves at the 2024 K-pop award show,
are you kidding me?
and then they
Was
had
it
to
a
stop.
star or was it a fan?
I think it was a fan. Yeah, it says fan confessing to pooping their pants, and they had to stop performing because it smelled. Like the smell went all the way to the front.
Oh my
That is
god.
so insane. Well,
Sorry,
when we were
y'all.
in the
Sorry, I ruined the K-pop award.
why did they poop themselves? Like, were they holding their space? Is
Dude,
like the
it was
Taylor thing?
literally, I was waiting in line for like hours and there was no bathroom. And then I ran to the front of the building to get the best seat in the house. And if I had to either hop the barricade and go shit and pray they would let me come back and hop the barricade and get back in my spot, that's not fucking happening. So I was just like, I'm just going to shit out of my skirt. You know she was wearing a skirt. Like, you know that.
What's crazy too is like to poop yourself by accident or like you can't hold it in anymore. It has to be diarrhea, so you know that shit stunk. Like, such a gross conversation. Also, while we're talking about poop, we got to the airport at like 6 a.m. when we were leaving for Maryland, and I am not kidding. When we were leaving Maryland, I have never smelled that many morning shits in my life in that bathroom. I was like, y'all are fucking disgusting.
Wait, in the girls' bathroom?
Yeah. Oh, girls poop now. We got an
That's
update.
possible, technically.
We got an
Shit.
update. You know how Taco Bell did their Apple event? Women had an Apple event where we announced
I
the
don't
new
know why
iOS
you're
update
lying.
and we can poop now.
I just,
Finally,
like,
our butts are useful.
I just don't find that.
Can we pause? Can we just take a break? Because I just need to like process
digest that
that. Yeah.
information.
What the hell?
Dude, if you guys are ever blessed enough to live with a woman, you might find that she poops. Like, a lot, actually.
I live with
Yeah.
you.
No, you don't. I don't let you sleep here anymore.
More than a woman. Okay, so I drank for the first time. Since we're on like a nasty fucking vibe, we'll just go there. I drank for the first time in a very long time. One, I was in control and it was a vibe. I had a single margarita and then a second margarita at the party. So I did not drink that much. Well, what the fuck is it?
Oh, you're talking about your poop.
But yeah. No. I drank for the first time. It was a vibe, whatever. It felt so good that I've drank every day since, all day long, every day. And it's to the point where like I wake up in the morning shaking and all I do is have a beer and I feel better. Like,
So that might
that
be a
works.
problem.
yeah,
That's what I do.
it's actually like a vibe. But yeah, I realized I'm old as fuck the day I drank. Like, I realized I was like, I'm an old man. And I was having a conniption fit about it before. I was like, literally, like, vouch for me. I came in here after like freaking the fuck out of my bedroom because I was like, oh, I'm like 26 in like a week. Like, that's not that deep. I have to get my own insurance. I don't care. But then I thought about it and I was like, I'm 27 in a year. And I was like, like, I can't be making poop jokes at 27.
He hasn't even
like,
met 26 and he's sitting around. He was like, the whole day, he was like, guys, I'm going to be 27 in a year. And I was like, technically in a year, you're going to be 26.
And then we went to this party and I was like mustache old guy on the dance floor. Like, and it was so scary, Boots.
What's funny is I don't think there was like, we were definitely amongst the younger crowd there because it was kind of shockingly like a lot of older people there. But I also felt that there was a moment where I was looking around and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm like 25 at this party right now. Like, something about this feels funky. Like,
But the party was cute as fuck.
yeah, it was
When I,
super
like, clear
fun.
that, it was a vibe.
But I am so insecure about my age now, which is like not even a bad age. Because I know bitches hate when we talk about our age because they're like, y'all swear you're old.
Wait, people actually talk about that?
Yeah, people have been like, Enya talks like she's like 42 sometimes and she's literally 24. But I think they mean that when I'm talking about life experiences and being serious, which
they're
is
just
actually so
hateful.
rude because you don't know my fucking story, bitch, and you never fucking will. And I bet you wish you knew me on a deeper level, but you just will never know me.
And that's where that hate comes from. That's where the anger inside comes from.
My anger is my story.
No,
Oh, I thought you meant my
yeah.
anger. I was like, it does come from my story.
the ops.
But yeah, I felt old. Also, are you not going to talk about your experience the next day, which proves that your body like just rejects alcohol?
Oh yeah, I forgot. So I drank for the first time. Like, I consider that like real drinking. Like, it's not binge drinking, but it was like it was more than a fucking sip of alcohol or like a quarter of a shot.
Yeah.
Like, that was like I had 2 full drinks and it was a fucking vibe. I came home and was the most like nauseous. After I had the first drink, I was extremely nauseous. Like it was tequila. So like every time I drink tequila, like especially on an empty stomach, it feels like I have ulcers in my fucking stomach. And like, it feels like my stomach is like tying itself in knots and it just cramps and it hurts. I wasn't doing that, but I was like super nauseous. I got over that quickly.
It didn't help that our car ride to the party was the most jolting car ride I've ever been in. Like it felt like it broke my neck. My neck has been hurting since we've gotten in that car.
Yeah. And then got home after having the second drink and I was so nauseous. Like I felt fine. And then all of a sudden like a wave of nausea hit me that I haven't felt since the last time I drank like this. And I just like immediately retired to bed. I like had food. I couldn't even think about eating it. Like I brought it to my room just in case I like woke up and was like, okay, I need to eat food. But like, I just couldn't even like fathom eating a meal right then. And then I went to sleep. I fell asleep almost immediately. It was actually really nice. And then I woke up at 3:30 in the morning with like painful nausea. Like it was like, it hurt so bad. It was like the type where you're like sweating and cold and like sticky, and it just was horrible feeling. Like it was like my clothes were wet. I was like cold sweating. And then I went to the toilet and fucking projectile vomited everywhere. And it didn't help it. It literally did not help it. And I was like, girl, what the fuck? And then I went back to sleep and woke up, and thankfully it was to the point where I was like, oh, I have like flu type A or some shit. Like I'm over. Like I'm down bad. Like I can't believe
your
this.
body can't feel anything other than the subpar normal it rests at, because Drew will be like, I have
subpar normal.
Well, because you're always in some sort of pain, so you're never just normal. There's always something to talk about. There's always something lingering. It's always like I have black mold. I'm like not getting enough oxygen. Like something is always happening. So
you won't let hypoxia go ever.
Dude, because that was the craziest thing you've ever said.
No, it was probably the most advanced thing I ever said, and they probably wrote theses and papers about it.
You're the first human to self-diagnose yourself with hypoxia. Like, I'm pretty sure you have to get tested to see your oxygen intake.
I have a tester.
Yeah, I was gonna say my dermatologist has the same thing, and she won't let you sit in that room unless you're taking over 95% of like oxygen intake. But yeah, you had that, and then I just also felt like shit. And then yesterday we were both dead and brain rotted, and we're just old now. So you guys might not have us for much longer.
At the party, yeah, literally, you're over. This is over. At the party, there was Top Hat Lady that I thought was like, literally, I thought she was like this evil overlord because she was talking to like all these people and was like it looked like the conversations were super intense and like really long, and like there were people that we knew, and I was just like, who is this lady?
Yeah, like do they need help? Should we interrupt this conversation?
And then like my conspiracy brain started spiraling, and I was like, oh, like this like is like adrenochrome. Like she's like trying to get these kids to eat like stem cells or some shit, like giving me crazy energy. And then we went inside, I ignored it. Then we went back outside like an hour and a half later, and she was berating and yelling at another person, and I was like, oh fuck, like this is actually like an evil person.
It'd been like 2 hours and she was on the same couch just talking to someone different.
I'm not trying to flex here, but they were famous people. Like that's an important part of this conversation.
Yeah, so we were like, what is she doing to them? Like, why won't she leave them alone? And then I was nosy, and I was like, okay, I need to know what the fuck is her vibe. So we sat on like a stoop right next to her, because I was like, I need to hear it. And then I heard her say some shit about, and that's what I see in your future. And I turned around, and the bitch was a tarot card reader.
And I literally thought she was trying to get these kids to shoot up adrenochrome or like some shit. Like,
and we were like, guys, we need to help them. We need to help them. Bitch, they were literally getting their tarot cards read.
And then I was like wanting to get mine read, but I didn't. I want to go to a fucking psychic so goddamn bad. Like, but it's obviously like literally not in my cards, because it would have happened if like it was meant to happen. Like I genuinely believe that. Like I'm not supposed to get my cards read because it's gonna tell me I'm gonna fucking die or some shit in a week.
I just like don't know if I believe in it, but I will say the last time I got my cards read, they were really on point. Like everything that they said was gonna happen happened. But then in my head, I'm like, I'm the kind of bitch, you can't tell me some shit because I'll just like do it. Like you can't tell me, oh, this is gonna happen, because then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make that happen faster. How about that? Like, because you're not about to tell me what's gonna happen in my fucking life, because it's my life, you crazy bitch. And then I just do it. So part of me, I wish I believed in like psychics and tarot cards and like zodiac signs and stuff, but I'm just the kind of crazy person that if you tell me it's gonna happen, I just make it happen.
We are the daughters of the witches they didn't burn. Like that's literally me. Like what me putting on that on my Tumblr should have been a sign. Like that's
a sign for what? Like you being crazy or
straight.
Oh.
Have you seen that little hippie girl on TikTok that like cosplays
Dude,
hippie?
yes.
Okay, well I wrote a couple things that I thought were funny. Me when my phone dies is that girl.
Dude, that's stupid.
Me when I recycle a bottle at the airport. Me when I intentionally don't grab a plastic lid for my cup. Me when I use a tote bag. That's the energy.
That's how I feel when I go to the grocery store and I don't put any of my produce in the plastic bags and I just put them in the cart because I'm gonna wash them anyway. Like I don't leave it in. That's the craziest like thing ever is putting your produce in those little plastic bags. Like that shit is always so annoying to me. Like having to get rid of all the plastic bags when I get home. Do y'all get me, or am I just like a really good person?
Because those are covered in like baby diaper poo. And
that's
shit.
why I put it in the cart.
For immunity.
That's weird. That's weird.
It's like how you let like kids, like you let dogs like lick your kids so that they build immunity.
You know what I realized I'm going to start doing, or not start doing, but when I have children, what I'm going to do is by then I'll be living on like a farm with like the Appalachian Mountains in the background and like it's like forested woods or like the Parisian countryside and there's just like forests behind my house. After breakfast every single day, I'm going to tell my kids, get the fuck out of the house and go and explore that forest. And they're not allowed to come in until 5 p.m. And I'm going to say, build your fucking fort. Like I'll give you a sandwich and some fucking chips and a soda pop or whatever. We'll probably have like
soda pop, not even water.
No, hell no. They'll have to drink creek water. I'm not kidding. Like we need to start like sending kids outside again. Like we're down bad.
Says the
because
man
look
who
what happens
in his Apple Vision Pro.
Look what happens.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed outside after the age of like 13. So
yeah. All right. Should we do PsyOp corner?
Yeah.
Drew's Psy.
Why are you changing it?
He's like edging us.
He's like
corner now. Fuck. Holy shit.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Shit, I hate. What the fuck?
It smells like gas.
It always smells like gas.
Kai comes into our house and says, oh, it smells like shit today. Or, oh, it's so fucking dirty in here. Oh, I'm not even going to get into
I'll
this.
never forget sand falling out of your shoe.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever you want about
I
the gas
don't think that
leak.
happened. I don't know what
Say whatever you want about the gas leak, but
in?
we have a clip of sand falling out of your fucking shoe. Square, almost frog-like toe detail. Kai, there's sand falling out of your shoe.
Literally fell out of your sneaker.
Sand fell out of Kai's shoe.
That was actually...
It wasn't on purpose.
That's crazy.
Then you were literally like disappearing on camera.
That canon of the podcast goes crazy.
Okay, well, let's get into PsyOp corner. What the fuck is LGBTQ plus? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Y'all got gay premium? Paramount Plus?
Right.
Damn, now that I'm rereading these back, these fucking suck. Bad.
Just go.
I finally realized why y'all got belly button piercings. It's so y'all can hang an air freshener over that musty ass puss.
That's a good one.
Girls with low iron be like, big things coming. Yeah, a fall.
That's you.
I know, literally. I had to like brace myself yesterday.
I need to faint soon.
I can make that happen.
Fainting is very feminine.
Yeah, right?
Such a feminine activity.
Only girls should faint.
I
Like a
did write
delicate
down
activity.
things that I think Enya did find icky, like icks of things that I do that Enya like has told me. I'll just do these real quick and then we'll get to them. Nope, that's it.
Okay.
I was just gonna say God knew what he was doing, not giving me a vagina because that shit would have been ran through.
A vagina.
Yeah, like it would have been fucked.
Ew.
No, I don't want to do the X.
Okay. Why? Okay, this is what Drew thinks I find icky about him. Enya's icks for me. Walking on rocks barefoot and my feet hurting from it. Wearing red shoes. Meal prepping. Treading, wading through water. No, that's what I was saying. Like, imagine dating a man and watching him like walk through water. Like, that is so embarrassing. Hula hooping. Swim goggles or flip-flops. Tying hoodie around waist. That has always grossed me out. Like,
I think it's like chic. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think it's a vibe.
Never been chic. No.
And the way Kai does it is like kind of cunty.
No, I like you when you do it over the shoulder.
Yeah.
That gets a pass. Around your hips is crazy. But I think that even about women, like, even if there was a fine ass girl who I was like, oh my God, I need her. Let her take that zip up off and wrap it around her waist. I'm literally going to fucking rip it in half. Like, I'm going to use my teeth to tear it up and leave her with scraps. Walking down a hill.
Classic.
When I have to cough because water goes down the wrong pipe. Jumping at a concert. And having a food allergy.
Yeah.
Food allergies are really
Dude,
embarrassing.
it's so funny that you said that because literally yesterday I was doing something and I immediately I was like, oh my God, Enya would find this like
What was
a male
it?
ick. I was like reaching up to get fiber cereal in my kitchen and I was like getting on my tippy toes and I had to like jump and like barely grasp it.
Ew.
And you
I
like
I
you let
stood
out a
there in
little moan.
silence.
Like,
Yeah.
just starve
I was
at
like,
that point. Just don't fucking eat.
I
Like,
know.
just don't do it. It's not worth it. It'd be
Yeah.
different if like we were back to like climbing trees and shit, but like jumping to a cabinet, no, that is embarrassing.
to get food, to
Get
get
a
carbs.
stool. Ew,
Wait.
ew, ew. Even someone getting a stool, like,
We
that
should
is so
make that a new
embarrassing. Just leave it up
segment.
there. Yeah.
Enya's icks of us of the week.
I'm trying to think what else like is.
What have I done recently that you were like, you didn't even say anything to me because you didn't want to hurt my feelings, but you were like, why the fuck did he say or do that? I mean, everything I say, you literally are like, you are actually insane.
I can't think of anything specific that you've done that's like icked me out recently.
Good.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything. The one
Classic.
thing you do that
Not a lot of people can think of anything.
Oh no, because I just thought of one. The one thing he does that icks me out, but it's like because I feel like I'm standing in a room with my child is when you like leaving the hotel when the door hit your hip and you're like, oh, this is gonna ruin my fucking day. This is gonna ruin my whole fucking day. Like when he goes into spouts like that, I literally ignore it because it icks me out. And I know that if I even interact with him, I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? He's like, no, I'm literally not. Like, I'm not okay. Like, stop.
Well,
And
you
that
do the
is-
same thing.
Well, I'm a girl.
sometimes.
I'm literally
So it
allergic
icks
to
me
pass.
out a little bit too.
Yeah.
No, but that door was like 86,000 pounds, and I was walking out, and it hit my hip, and it bruised me. It literally caused actual
That's
damage.
also an ick. Like a man having a hip bruise. Like, what are you doing?
Closing the drawer with my hip. That is me. I will shut the refrigerator with my fucking hips, and that's not icky. I don't give a fuck.
No, use your foot. Like using your hip.
Yeah. Something that I do that is icky to me is I will literally, instead of taking the drink out of the refrigerator, I will just sit in the refrigerator and drink the soda and then put it back, then walk away and then come back like 5 minutes later and have another sip. That's not necessarily an ick, but it's more of like just take the soda out of the refrigerator. Like literally, what am I
You're
doing?
just like wasting energy. So you want to leave the
Yeah,
door
fuck it.
open.
Fuck it.
All right, media of the week. My media is John Water movies. Did I say that last week?
Probably.
I don't think I did because I don't think we've recorded since I went to the exhibit. Because I think I went on Saturday. I watched almost every John Waters movie ever, and he is so
And
good.
you'll watch 6 movies in 48 hours. List them.
I know. I watched. Whoa. I hate that Letterboxd. I'll like a movie, but it won't show what the hell I watched. Like, hello. Wait, let me see. Someone help. Films? Okay, just say fucking movies, bitch. Why is this app saying films?
That's what I'm saying.
Watched Crybaby, Serial Mom, A Dirty Shame, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Polyester. I rewatched Jojo Rabbit, and I watched the Blackberry movie. And my favorite was the Spider-Man movie and Serial Mom. Serial Mom by John Waters is one of the best movies, and I feel like if it came out now, it would be a blockbuster hit because it's so funny. And I hate that nobody talks about how good the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is. Like, I feel like I'm the first person to talk about like what a good movie that is. It's just like deserves its flowers.
Tea.
That's my tea.
I watched this film. It only had like 3,000 fucking views, but it was two guys naked wrestling and penetrating each other. It was really beautiful, actually.
You said that was a film?
It's my bit.
Wow.
Oh, have you said that before?
He said it last week.
Did you actually?
Wait, you don't remember that?
No, I literally
Yes,
don't.
he said that his movie of the week was like two guys fucking, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. I saw that in the recommended of my movie.
Dude, that is like fucking me up right now. That is crazy.
No, I think it was last week. I was telling my friend a joke, and then they cracked up, and then I just realized it was a bit that you guys said on the podcast. And I was
That's
like,
good. That's
fuck.
good. Keep our legacy going.
Yeah.
Because I won't be here much longer.
I watched this Zach Galifianakis like animated movie that came out like in the peak of pandemic, and I literally did not hear a single fucking word about this movie. And I guarantee when they were making and releasing this shit that if the pandemic happened, it probably would have been a blockbuster, but no one fucking knows about it and no one has ever heard about it. And it was so high budget, and it was actually kind of sweet and good, and there was like some interesting commentary on it, like about like kids with like cell phones and not being able to make friends anymore. And I watched that and was like having an existential crisis thinking about the pandemic and how it ruined a lot of culture, but it also like
It did
so much.
like this podcast.
That's what me and Josh were talking about the other day or yesterday when we were talking about AI, was like I feel like it's net neutral at this point, because like a lot of people, like especially with this news like Sora like AI shit that's coming out, like a lot of people who don't realize that they have a creative bone in their body and like are like scared of how difficult it is to like create a video or create a short film or create a movie or create a cartoon or whatever it is, like might realize that they have creative bones in their body, and we might see a renaissance of creativity.
Yeah, it's like with everything. Like we'll get a bunch of good stuff and we'll get a bunch of really bad stuff, but all the bad stuff is worth it because then we get like this podcast and like things like that out of it, out of all the mess.
You don't know it feels good until you feel bad.
Wow. Shut the fuck up. My music media of the week is Goodbye Horses by Q Lazarus, Silverline by Sheer Mag, Caroline Goodbye by Colin Bluntstone, and Waterloo Sunset, The Kinks. Wow.
I'm trying to think of that fucking movie. It was called like Rob with a Prob. Or
Ron's Gone Wrong.
Yeah, Ron. Wait, I kind of ate with Rob has a prob. What's the prob, Rob?
You're fucking annoying.
Yala, MIA, Bring the Noise, MIA, Sexodus, MIA, The Weeknd. Actually, no, Exodus. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, right, Vince Staples. I re-listened to that song after seeing the Vince Staples show, and I was like, or not seeing it, but watching it behind y'all's shoulder, and I was like, damn, like this is a banger, and it always will be. Brazil, Cornelius, and I'll give y'all Noah's Ark, Coco Rosie. The Skin of My Yellow Country Teeth, Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah. Ooh, that's a banger.
What is that? Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to get... You can't play that. Just do it. Sing it. Go ahead, sing it.
Let me hear the words.
Oh. No. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Love you. Oh, Drew's gone.
Oh.